You good to go?
Yep.
Good evening, everyone. I'd like you to welcome you to the Town of Pownell Emergency Select Board meeting on April 18th, 5:30 PM. Call the meeting to order. Board member roll call.
Angie Rowling.
Bob Jarvis.
Harry Percy.
Mike Gardner. I don't have an agenda in front of me. What's the next thing? Discussion, right?
Sorry.
That's okay.
Sorry about this. Bob, the other stuff.
Approval of the agenda, wastewater treatment facility and highway department excavator quote discussion and decision, public comment and adjourn. All those in favor of the agenda, or I'll entertain a motion to approve the agenda.
So moved.
Seconded.
All those in favor of the agenda,
Angie, I.
Bob, I.
Jamie, I.
Mike, aye. Wastewater treatment facility and highway department excavator quote discussion and decision, and Joel is here to, explain that he sent us a quote earlier today and.
Okay, so the quote on the original used machine was 62,000. There wasn't any warranty with it. It was in nice shape, it really was. And then Mike and I got talking and he wanted to know what the price was on the newer machines. So in working on that, we started, about 87,000. And they had one actually in Salem, Farm Supply in Salem. Gave me a price of 82,375. But he asked me if I was a member of Sourcewell, which actually I'd kind of forgotten about it when I first started at the town, and I can't remember what we bought, or maybe it was through Lawson Products or something. I joined Sourcewell, which is kind of a buyer's co-op.
Right.
And I said, yeah, I think we are. He said, well, let me run this through Sourcewell. You can probably save some money. So he ran it through Sourcewell. He said, yeah, you're a member. He said they figured out a price and you're approved. So they came back with a brand new machine with the 2 buckets. Everything's all explained on there. Hydraulic thumb and for $74,107.78. That's our price. So, you're looking at what, 12 grand more for a brand new one, huh?
Is that delivered?
No, we'll get out and get it. We got the trailer, yeah.
Yep.
And what kind of warranty do you get with that?
You got a 2-year warranty with it, factory warranty. If you want to, it's $2,900 for an extra 2 years. If you decide to do that, we can do that.
Do we have to buy that warranty now, Joel, or can we buy it
Within the 2 years.
that's what I figured. Okay.
Yeah, within the 2 years. That's why I couldn't buy one on the used machine because it was a 2020. It was just outside of the 2 years. So I couldn't buy a factory.
So just so we compare apples to apples, and I already know the answer, but I want everybody else to know this answer. The used machine and this new machine are virtually identical machines.
Pretty much.
Same brand.
Yeah.
Except for one's a zero tail swing and one is not, right?
Yeah,
And the used machine was $62,000,
yes.
but it didn't have the grading bucket.
No, just one bucket.
Just
Had a
one bucket.
brand new digging.
So the grading bucket is, how much is it in? I can't even, should have brought my glasses. It's almost $1,700,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
So if we were to compare apples to apples, that used machine would be another $1,700 on top of the
To
$62,000,
get another bucket, yeah.
another bucket.
Yeah.
Which we're getting if we go with the new.
Yes, if we're going with this one, getting the both buckets.
I just want to make sure that everybody knows that we're apples to apples here on all the way through.
So,
So that brings us to 11,000 difference between the two, roughly.
Is it 10?
Yeah, it's
Yeah, I
it's
think
about a $10,000, a little over $10,000 difference.
Yeah,
for a brand new machine versus the used machine with no warranty. And, you know, that's including that grading bucket. So we have all of the same equipment down both sides. One's new, one's used, but all equipment is identical. Or virtually identical. They're two separate, different machines, but they're really close.
So the thing is with this going through Sourcewell, we can't use 0% interest.
Okay.
Okay? So we have to come up and actually you can borrow through Sourcewell for 9%. We don't want to do.
No.
Or you can borrow locally for whatever if you want to do the rest. However you want to do it. If you want to go 60 and borrow the 14, 107, better off to have Ellen maybe check people's bank.
So what I did today, Bob, for the rest of you guys, so that everybody knows, when Joel and I were talking about this earlier today, I asked him to compare the new machine versus the used machine so that we could compare apples to apples. And I figured that we would use the $60,000 ARPA money as a down payment, even on a new one, knowing that the new one would cost more than the used one, obviously. So, you know, I was, and that's where I was going with it to start with earlier today.
Yeah, no, it's a
With
good
Joel. And then financing the difference. Now, that's up to the board. We can do what we want with that, or however we want to do it. I mean, I suppose we could use all ARPA money, you know, but I mean, that's up to the board. I was looking at it, trying to be,
I think Darcy was a little concerned about taking out a loan, but I kind of went over it with her and I said, you know, it wouldn't cost as much if we split the loan. You know what I mean?
I can understand her concern though, because it wasn't budgeted.
Right.
Yes.
yeah, no, right, that's,
Or ours either, mine either.
Correct.
We can also authorize more ARPA money, right? To go up to 74, and then that covers all of it. We don't have a 9% or whatever the percent is. And it goes down the path that I like, is it's using ARPA money that we would have been responsible for anyway.
right, no, exactly. I was just, you know, this morning when Joel and I were talking about this, or a little before noontime, actually, I mean, we were looking at you know, we didn't realize that Sourcewell was gonna be such a huge discount, you know, which is a lot of money,
Did
okay?
we save the amount? It was 22,000
Yeah.
that saved us.
Yeah, so being a member of that Sourcewell, it's almost 23,000. Yeah, it's $22,842.
Right.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
without that source this would be a $95,000 machine.
Yes.
Exactly.
Yes. So that's a huge, it's almost like, it's probably similar to the state bid stuff, right?
I was gonna say, is that better than municipal discount?
So-
we get?
I don't have a preference. I mean, when we were talking earlier today, I was like, well, okay, let's take 60 grand that we've already kind of said we would go for, use it as a down payment and use 0% interest on the other 20,000 or whatever we thought we were gonna have to spend, which made sense at the time, but seeing the bottom line here,
You can't, yeah.
we can't, and that's fine. I get that, but seeing the bottom line here, it's probably, to me, it probably makes more sense to say, use ARPA money and buy the machine.
Now, does this motor fall under the new low sulfur?
Yes.
Deal?
Yes.
So we may get more credits down the road through the state also with us.
Could be,
So
yeah.
I'm just
Yeah.
kind of,
Yeah.
so, I mean, that's,
The new machine is a Kubota, just so that everyone understands. The new machine is a Kubota. The used machine that he priced out is a Kubota. They're the same brand, everything.
Yeah, except one was a zero tail swing and this one,
And for what you guys are doing, if you get into a tight situation in the trailer park, you're probably better. I got thinking about that after we talked. You're probably better with the zero tail swing anyways.
yep, yep.
Less have to do damage with it, so it's probably a better machine, honestly, for what, you know, we're trying to do with it for the most part.
yeah.
So our original ARPA was 60,000, correct?
We
That we decided that we would use.
had made a motion to,
Okay, so we want Two motions, right? We want one for buying and then one for using ARPA money, if that's what we decide. Or do you want it all in one motion?
You could do it all in one.
We could do it all in one.
I make a motion that we buy the new Kubota at $74,107.78 and use that money of ARPA for the total amount and not use, a bank or
Not go out for a loan.
not to go out for a loan. Thank you.
I'll second that.
Any more discussion? All those in favor?
Angie, I.
Bye-bye.
Jamie, I,
Mike, aye. Perfect.
we don't have to change the original, amend the original or anything, right?
No.
Right.
Okay, we're just,
We,
because that was.
all we did was we just added $14,000.
From the ARPA fund.
From the ARPA funds, as it was.
And that
And Darcy saved us well over that with her
project,
project that she saved us 40,000 on her project that she had initially put in for, so.
that's not create any additional, spending to the taxpayer.
That's right.
Nope, zero, and it gets our department heads what they're looking for and,
Yes.
you know, and we can have it tomorrow, basically. Yeah, nice.
Anytime we can give them proper tools to do the job,
It certainly makes it a lot easier. I don't care what you're doing.
yes.
Perfect. Any public comment? All right, I'll entertain a motion to adjourn.
So moved.
Second,
First, I want to thank everybody for the emergency meeting tonight, throwing this together. There was more losing the used one, whatever, so we didn't have to, you know, things don't sit on the lot very long right now, so I have a motion on the floor in a second. All those in favor?
Angie, I.
Bye-bye.
Jamie, I.
Mike, aye. Thank you.
Thanks a lot, Joel. That's excellent. And thanks, Mike.
Yeah, I was just, you know.
Yeah.
Thank you. Let's just make sure we're doing our comparisons and covering our bases is all it was.
I'm always
Nothing
in
more.
favor of new compared to used.
Well, yeah,
To talk
Certain
about,
point.
about
So bad.
sitting on the lot. They
Bye,
had,
Bob. Thank you.
they had a brand new KX